It appears that the United States have made the decision to kind of go it alone in the world. I mean, I was at Davos and I saw what Trump said. I saw a variety of things in the lead up to there talking about taking Greenland, turning Canada into one of the United States' 51st states. Is that what he said? 51st state?
That's never going to happen.
It seems to be very adversarial. And through my childhood and through my adulthood over the last 30 years, the US has always been the strong ally, not an individualistic, isolated force in the world. What's going on here?
I think that is a very big strategic mistake. I think America would be better off working with the traditional Western alliance that helped win the Cold War. We had a very big menace, a nuclear-armed Soviet Union that was expansionary. Its empire was pushing eastward into Europe, and the response of the United States was to build a strong NATO alliance, and then to unleash its economy to just outproduce the Soviets and bring them to their knees. In Canada's case, we have everything the United States needs if they treat us like a friend. We have the fourth biggest supply of oil.
You can see it here.
That's right. We could maybe pull that over here. This is the oil reserves by country. As you can see, Canada is number 4. And after us is Iraq and then the United States. But if you look at the leading 5, which of these countries do you think the United States can most rely on? Is it Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Iran, or Iraq? No, it's Canada. It works very well with American refineries, and we sell it to the United States at an enormous price discount. Furthermore, we could build up an enormous reserve of this oil so that if, God forbid, the Strait of Hormuz were to be closed, just a random example, America's friends in neighboring Canada would have a couple 100 million barrels that are already produced and ready for use if it's needed. So this is really kind of rocket fuel for the Canadian economy, but it's strategically important for our American friends. We could cooperate better on this if we got a friendly posture and a fully tariff-free trade arrangement with the U.S.
What's interesting when I look at these vials of oil that we have on the table, and I see that Venezuela is number 1, Saudi Arabia is number 2, Iran, Canada, Iraq, and then the US, is a lot of these countries that have a lot of oil are in conflict with the United States right now.
That's right.
And now, as I look at this, it seems like I understand why. So Venezuela, I mean, Trump just flew in and took the leader of Venezuela and his wife out of bed and seized the country. Iran, the US are at war with Iran now. Iraq, I mean, that's a story already. And Canada has been the other one where it's been incredibly adversarial over the last couple of months. Is this just all about oil?
Frankly, we don't really understand what the dispute with Canada is about because we've been a very good and friendly partner to the United States ever since the early 1800s, before we even formed as a confederation. What I would say to Americans, though, is you shouldn't have to worry about all of these countries if you're working collaboratively with Canada and you're trading freely with a separate country to the north. Then you will not be bound by what happens in these other less stable and arguably more hostile countries. What I believe we as Canadians need to do is use our natural resources as leverage to get what we want from this administration and future ones. What we want is tariff-free trade for our steel, aluminum, lumber, and automobiles. And in exchange for that, we can produce more oil and sell more of it at better prices to the United States of America. Oil is only one part of it. There's also the strategic minerals that are necessary for, God forbid, modern warfare, and we have those as well. We are a resource superpower, and I want to leverage that to get what we want from the U.S. and from other nations.